folks, Breakaway Homesteader here. I just wanted to do a video tonight on the lattice, or simply the string trellis. So the lattice goes far back to the early 1800s, and basically what a lattice is or a trellis is a display where plants can climb, including flowers, vegetables, fruits, and different varieties of ivies. Back in the old country of the United Kingdom, lattices were displayed on the sides of homes where ivies would grow up on the sides of houses. So I have a string lattice here, and maybe I can get it up right. I'm not sure if I can. But this is a lattice I picked up at Walmart, and it's 4 foot by 10 foot, and it was actually $6. So I have plans on putting up asparagus beans in my front porch, in front of my front porch, and I'm like 4 foot by 10 foot for $6. I think I can make my own for cheaper. So that's exactly what I did, and that's what this video is about. And I'm going to show you how I made the lattice and the finished product. I hope you enjoy this video.
Alright, so here's a quick demonstration on how to do the cross loop. So you're basically tying 2 knots, one on each string. So you go to the middle to where the knot's going to be on each string, and you simply do 1 over, so you got one side. So there's your 1 knot. The other string is still loose. You go to where you do the cross, and then you take those 2 strings and you make another knot. Now you have a double knot, and it won't slip in either direction.
So one more thing I wanted to share before we start this video is the fact that these lattices are wide. These look to be about 6 or 7 inches by 6 or 7 inches, maybe a little bit bigger. The point of these lattices are to have the plant grow on them and to be able to reach for the fruit. So you can actually reach through the hole, pick the fruit, and be able to easily access it. So that's the point of this being so wide, and you'll see in my video that I actually make them a little bit wider. They don't have to be perfect, they don't have to be taut, they just need to be stretched out to a point and high enough to a point to where the plant will grow from the ground all the way to the top of the lattice and then some. So the first thing you're going to want to do is measure the length of string you're going to need. So what I did here was I attached the top of the string to the top of where the lattice is going to be, the railing of my porch, and to where I'm going to stake it down. And you can use this as a template to make your other strings, and once you make your multiple strings, then you can move forward. Same thing here on the top railing. You're going to measure out your string, how long it needs to be, and then go to the next step. So the next step is to measure the length of what your lattice is going to be. You already have your rope, you can measure that, or you can just measure with a tape measure, and this will determine how many lines you're going to have going vertically. And you could choose any distance, and whatever distance you choose, you can divide it by 6 or 12. I prefer mine to be around 10 to 12 inches in between. So this particular one is 15 feet, so I made 15 strings for the inside. Next, you're going to measure the distance between the top of the railing to where you're going to stake, so you can get a distance and a measurement, so you can figure out how many strings you're going to need to go across horizontally. Now that my strings have been measured and cut and they're ready to go, I placed loops on top of the strings that are going to go vertically, and now I'm placing them on the railing. strings are on the railing, I'm going to go ahead and start with the horizontal strings. A little note about this, it can be a little time consuming, so take your time, don't get frustrated with it, and if you do get frustrated, just walk away from it and come back to it at a later time.
So as your trellis horizontal lines get closer to the ground, it's best to stake it into the ground and set it out to where you want to set it. That way you can see if there's any extra horizontal lines you might need to make. Plus on top of that, we're going to do an extra horizontal line on top of the stake, so we won't have to tie it to the trellis itself. Right, so now I'm going to run that last line across the stakes. Alright, so now by looking at it here, I can tell that I'm going to need one more line to go across the bottom because there's a lot of space. So I'll take a line and go across there, and then we'll be done. And that is your completed trellis. Happy planting!